Good day everyone, I am Joyce Arcondes. My topic is about math teaching strategies and techniques. So first one is solve math problems faster. Teaching students to solve math problems quickly and without help can improve their confidence and math fluency. Provided your students have a solid grasp on the concepts behind what they already mastered, math tricks can give them more confidence and get them excited about trying new problems. So there are tricks for just about every basic function. First is two steps addition and subtraction. Second is multiplying by power of 2. And the third is squaring a two-digit numbers that ends with 1. So next is how to teach multiplications. Multiplication is a big and often daunting step for learners who feel like they're just mastered addition and are suddenly being thrown something new. Students also often struggles to communicate new concepts to students effectively. Our 6 steps guide to teaching multiplication is designed to engage students in the learning process with a clear and logical progression of ideas. There are a lot of ways to teach multiplication and reduce students' anxiety, including. So first is classroom with math games. Second is fun math books. Third one is math websites multiplication that doesn't have to be stressful. So next is multiplication games. Multiplication is a difficult concept of many students to grasp. Memorizing and understanding core multiplication facts is a key element of math fluency, and it provides an essential foundation for further study. Game-based learning can be a successful way to help students develop their understanding and can engage students on a stressful topic. Some multiplication games include. So first one is true or false. Write a multiplication sentence on the board that's either true or false. In teams, the class has a minute to discuss and respond with true or false cards. So second is beach ball toss. Write multiplication questions on a beach ball and throw it. Have a student answer a question that is closest to their pinky finger. Number 3 is Jeopardy. It's a classic for a reason. Find an interactive template and fill it with questions. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. So the next is multiplying fractions. So your unit on fraction is finished, and it's time to move on to multiplying fractions. For some students, this leap is even more daunting than the switch from addition to multiplication. But not to worry, there are teaching strategies that will have your students multiplying fraction is no time at all. Some best practices for teaching your class about multiplying fractions. So first is make sure your students understand the foundation and the relationship between improper fractions and mixed numbers, as well as how to convert them. Then second is use visual tools and visual aids. The third one is have students bring in a favorite recipe and multiply it so that it can be feed the whole class. So next is how to divide fractions. There are 3 sample steps to dividing a fractions. So first is flip the divisor into a reciprocal. Then second is change the division sign into a multiplication sign and multiply. The third one is simplify if possible. The best way to make sure that students understand how to solve a problem is to make sure that they understand what exactly is happening. Instead of just teaching the answer, teach students what the answer means. Next is math puzzles. Math puzzles have been around almost as long as math has for a reason. One study found that math puzzles develop logical thinking, combinatorial abilities, inserting the capacity, and abstract thinking and operating with spatial images. Instill critical thinking and develop mathematical memories. Math puzzles build foundational skills and increase math fluency while also connecting to existing curricula and promoting problem solving skills. Some popular math puzzles include. So first is Sudoku. Second is Magic Square. Third is Tower of Hanoi for Ken. So make sure that the puzzles are the right level for your students that are they're being used appropriately. The next topic is about student-focused teaching strategies. So first is gamification. Classroom gamification is an effective way to take a child's love for play and turn it into a love of learning. The benefits are huge. Gamification can help students focus and build essential skills. 2011 studies from South Korea also found that gamification kept the students motivated and engaged in the classroom. In order to effectively use gamification technique in your classroom, start with your students. What do they like? Where are their learning needs? Are there any notable behavior issues? And also, there are some other tips of gamifications. First is structure problems effectively. Gamification works best when surrounded by clear rules and expectations. Second is make sure progress is visible. If students can see how far they've come, they might get frustrated. Third is create a manual. Make a resource for students that explains the games, rules, and the scoring systems. There are 5 actionable steps to gamify education. So the first step is assess your students. Identify your students' trouble spots and survey your class. Second step is define learning goals. Set learning and behavior goals and structure open projects to help meet these goals. Then the third steps is structure the gamified learning experience. Adjust your scoring system or use stages. Fourth step is identify resource. Create a manual and organize teams and organize studying and learning teams. The fifth steps is apply gamifications elements, make a progress visible, and offer rewards.
Good day, my name is Ada Tipasi. My part here is to discuss blended learning, culturally responsive teaching, interdisciplinary teaching, service learning, media literacy, growth mindset, and lastly is asynchronous learning. A blended learning combines online learning with traditional classroom instruction, so it's a valuable tool to use in differentiation, teaching strategies, and can help students learn tailored content at their own pace. There are a number of different ways to bring blended learning to your classroom, but some common methods include implementing learning stations and putting certain lessons online in part or entirely. With many classrooms supporting hybrid learning environments in the last 2 years, blended learning has become a more common teaching strategy across classrooms. The second one is culturally responsive teaching. Diverse classrooms are an amazing opportunity for teachers, but it can also be difficult to reach students with dramatically different backgrounds or learning styles. Culturally responsive teaching aims to link content with students' contemporary and ancestral culture. So, it starts by getting to know your students. Where do they come from? What do their parents or guardian do? What's their favorite after-school activity? Then take the information and connect it to your lessons. Explain how a topic relates to different cultures and make sure the classroom is a place where all students feel empowered. Encourage students to ask questions and share unique answers. Other options for culturally responsive teaching include: first, creating relevant word problems; second, promoting positive media portrayals; the third one is involving parents. Interdisciplinary teaching is used to interdisciplinary teaching strategies to encourage students to develop creative and critical thinking skills and draw information from a number of different academic disciplines as they solve real-world problems. In your classroom, interdisciplinary teaching could involve collaboration with other teachers, or asking your students to make connections between different subjects. The fourth one here is service learning. Service learning brings the classroom into the larger community and teaches students about the value of being an active citizen. Students get hands-on experience in interdisciplinary study and often improve their academic outcomes and reduce behavioral problems. According to the National Youth Leadership Council, service learning is a philosophy, pedagogy, and model for community development that is used as an instructional strategy to meet learning goals and or content standard. Service learning contains 5 steps. The first one is preparation, second is action, third is reflection, fourth is demonstration, and then the last one is celebration. The fifth one strategy is a media literacy. Media literacy allows students to recognize bias and develop critical thinking skills within the context of their existing interests. The sixth one strategy is a growth mindset. Even though it sounds more like a comparative corporate buzzword, the philosophy of growth mindset has infiltrated the classroom. It focuses on helping students see the value of effort, persistence, and risk in their learning environment, and pushes them to try new things and learn new concepts. Since growth mindset is a relatively new teaching strategy, some teachers might struggle to use it effectively. Here are some best practices. First, give positive feedback. So instead of rewarding intellect, praise students when they try new methods and make plans. Second is promote a diverse classroom. When diversity is modeled for students, they're more likely to embrace different perspectives in their future learning goals. Lastly, encourage goal-based journaling. Ask students, set goals, and reflect on their progress. Have goals follow the SMART method or the specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based for maximum effect. Last strategy is asynchronous learning. Asynchronous learning is a good complement to your teaching strategy and can help support your students in many different ways. This includes short-term issues like student or teacher illness to longer-term ones like helping students catch up with an intervention program. Techniques for asynchronous learning include: first, portfolio work. Second one is videos. The third one is online discussion board. So that's all for my part. Thank you for listening.